right, I don't have too long to tell this because I got squirrel people that are counting on me outside, including a tank, and tank eats fast. Tank time goes fast, and it's big tank. The tank really eats fast. This is about yesterday. Yesterday was horrifying, but it ended not bad, but it still is so horrifying because the fact that this can happen at all is horrible. I was in the back. I heard good birds in the front alerting that there was a problem with a hawk. So I went out front and I was looking around, and then I figured out, I don't know how it all came together because honestly everything just went so fast. There was a black squirrel across the street on like a grassy area, not real near a tree, and a hawk coming down behind him and grabbed him, and at the same time another hawk came from the side and they were about to get in a tug of war with the squirrel. I flew. I run every day, a couple times a day, and I'm actually going to start running at least 3 times a day now because thankfully, thanks to my running, I swear, like I closed that gap so fast. I went running from like way back to like all the way across my yard, across the street, onto that yard, just right up to the hawks. Sorry about the lighting, it's going to do that. I don't know why. Ever since we had a power outage, these lights don't work right. So anyway, I ran across, and like I said, so the one hawk was coming behind him and had him. The other hawk came from the side, and I was coming from the front, and the other hawk was right next to him already. So there were 2 of them, and just wings flapping between these 2 hawks, fighting over this squirrel. And I was just running and clapping and screaming. I think I was clapping. I'm not even positive about that because I was running so fast. I'm not sure it's possible to have clapped. I don't even know. It was insane. And everything was just, time was like, there was no time. I was just laser focused on that squirrel and already starting the grieving process, assuming I was going to lose him. And in a horrifying way. I mean, it's bad enough when it's 1 hawk, but when it's 2, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with any of it. But anyway, so somehow that squirrel was so amazing because as I came across, and as I'm running and just barreling at him like a freight train, barreling at this whole scene, the squirrel found his opportunity and got out from 2 hawks and just went off to the side. The other side, different, the one hawk wasn't. He went off to the side, got up a tree. I'm telling you, the squirrel flew. The same as like, I don't remember my feet hitting the ground as I was running. I don't think his hit the ground either. I mean, he just flew onto that tree and up that tree. If there was anything to measure, it would have been milliseconds for sure. I mean, it was insanely, it was like I could barely even process it. And I didn't have time to look and see, does he have anywhere to go? You know, does he have like, or is he going to be trapped on a branch somewhere? And then the hawks would not leave. I spent the next 20 minutes and they were flying from branch to branch to branch. They were insistent on finding something. And I was like, you will not. I would not leave them. And there were some people working on the roof next door. And God knows what they thought of what they saw, because I mean, I was relentless with the hawks, and they were like, I would not give them any peace. I was just like, get out, get out, get out, just screaming at them and everything like that. And they were like going, like, you know, and well, also the birds were coming at them. So the good birds were, which is why I feed the good birds. It was when I started feeding the good birds. Now I actually care about the good birds a lot more than I ever did. But when I started, it was to be an army for the squirrels against the hawks. And they were doing it. They were just coming at them and dive bombing them. And these hawks were moving from branch to branch. And I was screaming at them. The good birds were screaming at them. Everybody was like, and the hawks were just screaming. And finally, after like 20 minutes, one flew away, and then I knew it wouldn't be long, and then I just kept focusing on the other one. The other one moved to another branch and still was like thinking, I'm going to get something here. It's like, no, you're not. And you know, I'm sure they were waiting for me to leave. I'm not leaving, you know. And I stuck with it, and eventually he left too. And I'm telling you, they are from hell. They are from hell. There is a Satan, and he lives in hawks. I used to not believe in Satan. I really think so, because who else can explain how the sweetest animals in the world can have to go through something so horrible? Tank couldn't even wait. I'm turning the light around. Tank couldn't wait for the videoing to end. He's like, Amy, Amy. this guy. You guys are hilarious. I'm sorry, I was doing this video. Do you guys know what a video is? You guys are famous on YouTube. There's Tank. There's whoever. I can't really tell right now. Alright, so I'm out here taking care of everybody after that video. There you go. Look at this one. Me. Sweet eyes. This is the guy that we went through what we went through today. Because of the way he's standing, you can't really see what's on his back. His tail's going over it, but